Hey, yo, what's the deal? It's your boy Tag from Pro Wrestling Tag. You know what I mean? As of this recording right now, it is 11:26 a.m., August 3rd, 2025. You know what I'm saying? And this might be this is going to be one or two videos that I do before SummerSlam starts at 6, night 2. Last night, SummerSlam was fucking amazing. The last part, with Seth cashing in, you know what I'm saying? He faked the injury. That was a great work. That was a terrific work. To me, that was a better work than what we've seen, in WrestleMania 31. You know what I mean? With Brock and Roman. You know what I'm saying? So they basically, they worked everyone good. They worked the internet really, really good. You know what I'm saying? They worked, him and Heyman. You know what I mean? They worked people like Meltzer. They worked a lot of people. You know what I mean? So there you go. But also at SummerSlam last night, we seen what is now basically the end of the Jade Cargill experiment. So WWE reportedly now does not view Jade Cargill as a top performer. They don't view her as, a Rhea Ripley at this point. And it's obvious. It's obvious. I think we all know it's obvious. It's obvious that she's a person who does not like to put in the work. And then I'm hearing people say, oh, once she embraced her Jamaican heritage, oh, that was it. That don't mean a motherfucking thing. That don't mean anything. What I think happened was she wasn't improving in the ring. I mean, listen, I said this about Jade Cargill. Jade Cargill is a beautiful woman. Now, I mean, beautiful body, everything. You know what I'm saying? She's freaking great. She has the total package. But her ring work definitely didn't improve. It didn't improve. This is basically the same Jade Cargill that you got from AEW, a little bit more structured, but it was a little bit of the same that you got from AEW. You know what I'm saying? And so, but I do think that this also might have something to do with a stupid comment that she made too. That kind of, I guess it ruffled WWE the wrong way, and it would ruffle a viewer the wrong way if they seen this too. So apparently she mentioned something about, and she had to clarify it because she knew she was going to get shit, how she wasn't passionate about wrestling, right? Or she don't need wrestling, right? And so when you make a statement like that, you know what I mean, and when you show you don't improve, it kind of gives the fans another reason why you're really in the business in the first place. And that reason is, well, she's just using wrestling to get to Hollywood, so she don't care about wrestling. I mean, that's how I interpret it. And then she had to clarify, no, I do have a passion for it. No. You should never say what the fuck you said. Plain and simple. But again, I'm not shocked that they're not positioning her in the same vein as a Rhea Ripley, because she doesn't improve. She doesn't improve. She doesn't improve in the ring. You know what I mean? She's sloppy in that ring. She is very sloppy. You know what I mean? You can have all the good looks and everything, but when you're not, she's still green than a motherfucker. This basically tells you, she's still green. Jade Cargill's still green. She's still green. What I think needs to happen to her is she just needs a different style to work with. A slower pace style, so that she doesn't really. So it kind of camouflages the weaknesses that she has in her game. You know what I mean? I think when you got there's trainers there, and there's why do you think Raquel Rodriguez improved big time? She took the Kevin Nash style, right? A slow methodical pace, but it's able to hide the weaknesses, right? And so the same thing needs to happen with Jade, right? But she's not going to listen. Now, I mean, this bitch ain't going to listen. You know what I'm saying? She's not going to, she's definitely not going to listen. I mean, this is, and now see what, now I'm for certain. I'm for certain that whatever storyline is going to happen between her and, between her and fucking Naomi and Bianca, now the focus is clearly going to be on Naomi. The focus is already on Naomi, period. You know what I mean? It's clearly focused on Naomi, definitely. But I think now, since WWE don't look at Bianca as a person who, not Bianca, I'm sorry, that WWE don't look at Jade as a person who they can push around, or not push around, but like who they can build around to make a big star. I'm going to assume now that she's not even going to be in the main event picture at this point. She'll probably be like in the mid card and such, right? That's what I'm assuming is going to happen with Jade. I mean, you can feel it. Now, I mean, you definitely can feel that they are going to just keep her like in the mid card. Like she's completely no longer a main event player. She's not. At this junction now, she's not. She's not. Because, again, she would have had that win last night at SummerSlam. But, again, like she botches. You know what I mean? It's just a bunch of stuff with Jade that's just, that's just not great in the ring. You know what I mean? Just because you have stuff in the outside, it doesn't mean like you have things in the inside. It doesn't mean that. You know what I mean? And she needs to improve a lot. I'm pretty sure there's probably going to be people under my comment section, mad at me for what I said and blah, 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 blah. Right? Right? I mean, same thing like with LA Knight. Same thing with LA Knight. And I still stick by my guns with LA Knight. I do think that WWE fucked up with LA Knight. I don't think WWE fucked up with Jade Cargill. I think what happened was, Jade was, they got completely sucked into the AEW hype and such, and they figured that they could bring up to the main roster without going to NXT, and she could work on stuff there. But it kind of backfired. It clearly backfired. It backfired because they looked at quantity over quality, and and this is what happens, right? They looked at what they showed, right, from the outside and used it. You know what I mean? And it kind of, I'm not saying that she's bad. She's not bad. She's really not bad. But the thing is that, she is not improved. Like, the botches that she does. And WWE is aware of it. It's not like with AEW where they don't care. With WWE, they give a fuck. They care. You know what I mean? They don't want to work with that sloppiness. You know what I mean? So we'll see what happens with Jade Cargill. I mean, she's still in a great spot, right? But those comments that she made, and that's another thing too, right? If you don't really want to be in this business, get the fuck out. Bounce. Because basically you kind of gave off those intentions that, well, I'm only here for wrestling to be in Hollywood. Now, I mean, I'm only there to be in Hollywood and, to get in movies and shit like that. What she said in those comments to me are true. Very fucking true. And then she tried to, she's trying to backtrack it. Like, oh, no, I didn't say anything. I didn't say that. I didn't mean it like that. But you did kind of mean it like that. You did. Do I think she will be in Hollywood at some point? Yeah, of course. But, like, to let that part slip out the tongue, no bueno, muchacha. No bueno. That's not good. That's definitely not good. I'm about to be out, you know what I'm saying? I will be coming with another video today. Now, I mean, because night 2 of WrestleMania is tonight. It's tonight. Night. You know what I mean? At 6 p.m. So I'm going to holler at y'all. All right? Oh, yeah, one other thing, too. Don't forget to check out that little video that I put, when I was walking around Clinton Hill. Because, that Chinese restaurant I've been seeing for mad long. It should look like a fucking nail salon. The colors and everything. I'm about to be out. Peace.